In this video, I'm going to show you how to make beats for Eminem's new album, The Death of Slim Shady. Let's dive straight into it. What I really love with the new album is the sort of combination of the old school boom bap type of beats mixed with a few modern ideas, which makes it sound both classic and contemporary. So starting off at 80 beats per minute, I want to keep it sort of slow, lots of room for a rapper like Eminem to put lots of intricate rhymes in. And we're going to just start off with this analog key sound. And with a lot of Eminem beats, both old and new, you're going to start off with a really basic but bouncy little progression. So you can see how basic that is, working in the C minor scale. I'm just playing a C minor chord, and then the second time I'm just literally changing that middle note, the D sharp, down to the D. So it's got a nice little bounce to it. Next, all I want to do is just copy this into another layer to layer the sound. Actually, I just want to take out the lower octave and we'll just keep the higher chords. So now that we got the main idea down, I just want to add a few random accents and hits. For this, I'm going to go through the Dr. Dre Lunch 77 drum kit. I'll put the link in the description. It's a free download, as are all the Lunch 77 kits. I thoroughly recommend them. So if we go through this, I'm sure we can find some cool stabs and whatnot. Then we've got this Dr. Dre hit, which is just that reverse sound from Forgot About Dre, but it seems to fit in nicely at the end of a bar. So it feels like a nice little Easter egg to throw in this sort of beat, which is something that the new Eminem album has lots of throwbacks, like 25-year-old Easter eggs essentially. And then another melodic layer, we've got this bell sound, which we can just, throw in like an arpeggio or something. And you can see I'm just playing literally notes in the C minor scale, and now we can just go straight onto the drums. So now the drums in Eminem beats, whether old or new, have been relatively simple. You got a lot of that Dr. Dre inspiration, so you're going to have like heavy snares and claps, really basic kick patterns, and it's more about just keeping the groove going. Honestly, you can't really get any simpler than that. We're just going to have that repeating over and over, and in fact we'll layer the snare with the clap just to make it punch through a bit more. The only thing really left to do with the drums is just add in a few accents. So tambourine is a big thing you hear, especially in the late 90s, early 2000s beats. Now finally for the bass, you've got a lot of different options here. You can use a classic bass guitar, it always sounds good. But in this instance, I want to use a more synthier bass, something that's got a bit more sort of quirk and uniqueness to it. So it's a really short bass, but I think it works really well with the staccato nature of the entire track here. So you don't have to really overcomplicate it beyond that, but what we can do is just have another section where there's like a fill at the end of the bar, which is something you hear in a lot of Eminem beats. So you could do something like this. So now we've got pretty much all the layers we need. We can just arrange it into something nice and simple, easy for someone like Eminem to rap over. Okay, so now for this beat, I want to go with something a bit more like darker, a bit heavier, definitely leaning into more of the old school boom bap vibes. This time we're going to start off with a Cymatics piano sample, which instantly gave me an idea. Let's just pitch it down. Oh, that's perfect. And then that time it'll go up. Yeah, perfect. And then we take the high pitched bit, put it on a different track so we can take that in and out when we want to. It's really dark, and that's honestly like the perfect foundation for any boom bap beat. So next we want to layer in something that's a bit softer, something that goes underneath it. I think we've got the perfect vibe now. We can just add in a few accent sounds again. And then just layering more sounds to add to the melody for like the hook and the busier sections. Little bell sound. So you see, like I always say, just getting all these different sounds that you can combine together, but then it also allows you to arrange it really easily because you've got all these different elements that can be taken out, dropped in at different times, keep it interesting. Now for the drums, I'm not going to even overcomplicate it. Sometimes a break is all you need, especially when you're doing boom bap. So in this case, I've got this one from an Alchemist kit. I don't need to do anything to that, it's already perfect, so let's just put it under. And then finally for the bass, you can do pretty much anything here. In this case, I'm going to use something really subby. It's going to be really subtle, really low, because that break already has a lot of like grit in the lower end, a lot of rumble. Like you probably can't hear that unless you've got headphones on. So again, really simple, just keeping it really easy to nod your head to, and this is what we've come up with. If you like me and you love Eminem beats, make sure you check out my other video on how to make classic Eminem beats. Or if you want to see something more modern and trap based, check out this video here. Otherwise, have a good one. Peace out.